August the 10th. Perfection is the enemy of action. Protection is the enemy of action. We don't we don't we don't abandon our pursuits because we despair of ever perfecting them. We don't abandon our pursuits because we despair of ever perfecting them. Epictetus Discourses 1.2.37b. Psychologists speak of cognitive distortions, exaggerated thinking patterns that have a destructive impact in the life of patients of a patient. One of the most common is known as all or nothing thinking, also referred to as splitting. Examples of this include thoughts like, if you're not with me, you're against me. So and so is all good or bad. So and so is all good or all bad. Because this wasn't a complete success, it's a total failure. You're either with me or you're not with me. I'd like to add to that. In marriage, in relationships, in most relationships, you're either together or not together. And that's all or nothing. It's you're either with me or you're not with me. But in the essence of the world, the whole is that we're always in a relationship, and declaring we're together and now we're not together is moving against the will of God, the will of the divine, the will of nature. Nature knows we're always together. So it's all or nothing. This sort of extreme thinking is associated with depression, and frustration. How could it not be? Perfectionism rarely begets perfection. Perfectionism rarely begets perfection, only disappointment. Pragmatism has no such thing. There's no such hang-ups. It'll take what it can get. That's what Epictetus is reminding us. We're never going to be perfect, if there is even such a thing. We're human, after all. Our pursuits should be aimed at progress, however little that it's possible for us to make. Perfection is the enemy of action. So pursuing perfectionism is the all or nothing pursuit. It's either I've either got to get what I want or it's a failure. This is where goal setting becomes a problem. You're setting a goal of $1 million and you're attached, you're declaring, and you don't get that $1 million. It's a failure. So we're looking at the target. We're focused on the target rather than the intention, the progress. We're focused on the target rather than throwing the dart or throwing it. So pragmatism is focused on doing what you can, making the best, taking action in whatever ways, small ways you can, and becoming aware and conscious of the ego, the small self, the survival self. That's splitting. That's cognitively believing that it has to have what it desires. Otherwise, it's failed and bad things may happen. And yeah. So when we feel failure, the anxiety, the worthlessness, we can sit with that and endure that. We can make that intention of just doing and continue with the progress. And the more you do just small things and relinquish all focus on any outcomes or results and having faith that will just come. Letting go of any situation or condition. Your bank account, your followers, your likes, where you live, who you're with, what you have. Surrendering all that are just temporary, and the present and the progress and small things. And we are the result. Perfectionism is the illusion. There is no such thing as perfection. Everything is perfect now. It's not something to pursue. Perfection is just is. It's all that is. That's the way I see it. It's all that is. It's not. But where many people are pursuing that, $1 million, gotta have that $1 million to prove that person wrong, to prove that person I can do it. So I can feel a certain way. You've got to have that relationship. Otherwise, I'm just rubbish. I'm worthless. If that person doesn't like me, I'm worthless. We say it's like that sort of all or nothing. If I rejection, we see rejection as failing. We're conditioned, society conditioned us to avoid rejection. And rejection is our greatest friend. It's our greatest teacher. So and so is all good or bad. It's either a wonderful place or a horrible place. And notice how how media promotes these behaviors. They pretend they're with you. The mainstream media pretend that they're with you, but they're actually just creating a model, creating a society, creating insights that they control and wiping out and promoting and sponsoring this all or nothing and splitting people into different groups, competitions, duality. But we are the result. We are just all that is. We are one. We are the progress. That's it. We are just the progress of it, of the actions, the process. Because this wasn't a complete success, it is a total failure. Yeah, we've all been there, right? And we immobilize ourselves, demobilize us because we're striving for perfection, and perfection isn't a thing to pursue, and rejection is mandatory. Rejection is inevitable if you're attaching to perfection. So when the rejection comes, you feel, oh, I'm a failure, and we avoid because we don't want to feel that pain again. We avoid it. We avoid the action. We say to ourselves, oh, I've done that before and I felt that, so I'm not going to take any action now because we're attached to the outcome. And the result, we're measuring that success with the external. We don't abandon our pursuits because we despair of ever perfecting. So don't abandon your pursuit because it's not perfect. There's nothing right or wrong with abandoning, but abandon it for the right reasons. Abandon it. Just do your best, one day at a time. Thank you. Enjoy the day, my friend. There's nothing to prove, nothing to gain.